Alright, Joy is safely in custody. Whoop. There we go. I forgot the controls again. So, Joy is safely in custody. We need to get to the Judgment House. Good. Let's go get to that Judgment House. Get all judgy up in here. Oh! There's so many hiding places out here. I have yet to encounter a demon out on the streets. Oh. Judgment House plaque. Known as Judgment House, the former residence of Judge John Hathorne, 1641 to 1717, who at times held court in his own parlor room. I don't think that would fly today. He kept the accused locked in his cellar, as was the custom in colonial times. No need for a jail. Just lock him in my basement. His unfortunate role in the witch trials of 1692 became a permanent blotch on his name. I don't remember his name. To be fair, it's been a long time since I've studied the Salem witch trials, but I don't recall ever hearing of Judge John Hathorne. Wait, no, I want to read the sign. Come on. Danger, the Judgment House. Whoops, sorry. Structure has been declared unsafe for human occupancy or use. Good thing we're ghosts. It is unlawful for any person to use or occupy this building. Any unauthorized persons removing this sign will be prosecuted. Oh. The sign just vanished. Did you see that?
I always heard this place was such an
It wasn't
interesting
there.
museum back in its heyday.
The cutscene.
Now it's just a place propped up by rusty nails and rumors. A place you wouldn't dare your worst enemy to go into.
I'd go in there. With permission. Just so we're clear.
Alright, there it is, Judgment House.
Oh, pretty run down, ain't it?
Huh. Maybe this abandoned place isn't so abandoned after all.
Ooh, is it Baxter? By the way, I'm having bourbon tonight because he seems more like a bourbon fella. Get into Judgment House. Well, find the upstairs room with the light on. Oh, I take it I'm not going to be able to go through any of these. Darn it. Ooh, what about this door? Can I pass through that? Nope. It's sanctified. Okay, apparently even the rundown buildings are sanctified. Ooh, wait a second. Can I? Nice. Need 10 more. Oh, good. We got more of these. Ashes to ashes. 10 more to uncover the story. Cool. What that one's gonna be. Hiding place. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. I don't remember how to cancel that. Oh. Life and after. I asked Ronan today if he believed we go on after we die. He wondered if I meant like heaven or like ghosts. I told him I meant ghosts, and he just laughed and didn't say anything. I'm gonna take that as a no. Well, little did Ronan know. Oh, I missed a... Ooh. Poem 1. See who does the devil's dance, shall drop and crack and sway, and jig upon the rope perchance the devil's dues to pay. Ooh. He may be an awful murderer, but that's not a bad poem. What's back here? Ooh, another poem. I'm gonna see if I can read it like this. Unnatural bridge of ghost and flesh. You harvest souls as though a friend. You cut with scythe. And that's in the way. Okay. You cut with scythe. With pitchfork thresh. Yeah, screw it. It's hard to read. A natural bridge of ghost and flesh. You harvest souls as though a friend. You cut with scythe, with pitchfork thresh, until you meet your righteous end. Cuckoo. Oh, don't mind me. Keep on performing there. I like how they're all just like staring at you through the doorways. Aha. 9 more to go. Whoop, what happened there? Turlet. Old-fashioned water closet type of a toilet. Those are cool. Wouldn't mind having one of those. Alright, well, we'll go in there later. Fist. See if there's anything else up here. I believe we found most everything up here. Okay. Moving on. Poem 3. Let man beware who keeps so foul a witch from harm beneath his wing. She casts her spell upon his soul and wreaks damnation's reckoning. I almost said domination. It kind of looks like domination, but it's not. It's damnation. Damnation. Alright, here's the room with the light on. Ah. Wait, there's electricity in here? That doesn't make sense. Poem 4. To rid the land of nature's guilt through exercise of power requires more vigilance than thou wilt. 'Tis always judgment hour. Well, he's got away with words, I'll give him that. Ah! Something tells me there's a secret passage here. Just my intuition. My keen intuition.
Holy shit. Look at all this crap.
This is base of operations.
Fresh paint. This one's just been done.
The witch who
I wonder if Baxter's able to see us.
Herself a witch, herself in flesh.
Or whomever the
She'll
bell
meet her
killer
death
is.
like so many other, and leave both realms this very night.
Oh no, that's about Joy.
Yeah.
This looks like the Bell Killer's war room.
The killer is focused on Joy. I mean, we kind of already
should
gathered
check this
that,
all out.
but whatever. Ah, more exploring. The witch who flew from her own mother, herself a witch, herself in flight, shall meet her like so many others and leave both realms this very night. So that means we have to save her by the end of the night. And there's something through there for me to find. Scour the room. Well, let's start. It's quite a zoom. The devil made me do it! Mayor Studer deflects blame after being charged with a series of torturous murders. And this was in 1903. I feel like, well, maybe it would have flied. Maybe it would have flew back then. The devil made me do it. It's like the oldest excuse in the book. Friday, December 18th, 1903. And I can't read any of the text. That hurts me. There were torturous killings in Salem over 100 years ago. Yes, there were. And not just in 1903. Well, I guess hanging is kind of torture. I don't know. I guess it depends. I can't imagine that they burn people at the stake, but I don't know. I feel like murdering people for perceived witchcraft is pretty torturous. Trophies. Oh, sorry. Trophies? A collection of what seemed to be personal items taken from the Bell Killer's victims, maybe? Either that or he loves jewelry, dolls, teddy bears, and Bibles. And crucifixes. Murderous past. This map shows the locations of all his murders, but in far more detail than the police know. And we can't take that to our brother-in-law, can we? Victims and murder methods. These are the methods the killer used to murder the victims and how each one of them died. Can't tell if he's consistent or schizophrenic. Oh, there's a gallows there. Did he murder somebody with a gallows? That seems like quite a labor-intensive process for something like this guy. Alright, now I could probably walk through there, but I want to know if I can teleport through that hole. Can I teleport through that hole? No, but I can walk through it, I was going to say.
Vibrations I'm getting from this house are off the charts. It's like the museum. The old violence tries to take over the new. I have to tell Officer Baxter about this. This could be a vital piece.
So she was working with Officer Baxter? Backturd? Officer Backturd? That's what I'm calling now. Joy's mother senses unusual spirit activity in Judgment House. Unusually strong. Unusually vitrolic. And just plain unusual. That's a lot of unusual. All the unusual. Freaking demons, man. One down. Oh! Whew. Okay. Just for good measure. Didn't have to do that, but... Haha! Mad skills. Alright. Need 8 more to uncover the story. Oh! Julia's thoughts. Ronan the stranger. It's like I don't even know him. And I felt so close, but to a man in my imagination. I would think that something like a criminal record should really come up earlier in our relationship. It's not even his past that's keeping me away now. It's that he didn't tell me right away. He said his tattoos made it obvious, but I don't know. Not obvious enough, I guess. It might be too late for us. Oh. Did our relationship sour? Missed that. 7 more to uncover the story. Awesome sauce. Down the stairs. I am like 99% sure. Oop. 6 more. I am 99% sure that Baxter is the Bell Killer. Then again, there could be like a twist. Like maybe he's been trying to defeat the Bell Killer this whole time. He can see ghosts. Or something like that. Total speculation. Colonial kitchen plate. This small kitchen area inside the house was used by servants for tea preparation. Just for tea. But not for major meals. Oh, so it was just for tea. Those were prepared by slaves in a detached kitchen because of course they were. Because it was the 1600s. Because of the danger of kitchen fires in colonial times. So, risk the slaves' lives and not... Yeah, past sucked, man. The danger of fire was very real and common. The house probably had half a dozen different kitchens in its time, and there is none left standing on the grounds today. This is a huge kitchen. This is the small kitchen? How big is the main kitchen? Look at the size of that hearth. This is a tiny kitchen. Five more. Okay, I think that's it in here. I like how every time I pass through a threshold, it makes that noise. It always spooks me. Okay, there's something through there, but I don't know what. That looks like the way I'm supposed to go, so I'm going to try going in through here. Ah. There's something in there. How do I... Oh, right. Teleport! Fight with Ronan. Oh. I hate these. Sometimes that man can be an insensitive beast. I know he's got pressures at work, but home is the place where you let go of all those things. It'll be better tomorrow, I know, but for now, I'm done thinking about it. Trouble on the home front. Hearing things, but I think that might just be... Ah! Frick, 4 of them? Okay. Oh, okay. It got me. Alright, that's not the way to do it. Okay, there's one. There we go. Okay. I think we got those two. I think we're good for now. Let's see what... Ooh, 2 things to collect. Oh, absurd. Trials were held in this room. Judge's diary. Well, that's a gruesome picture. February 4th, 1693. The witches are all released and Governor Phipps will not permit further prosecution. Good. Yet, it is this girl I fear most. I did threaten her with pressing, and with glee she did tell me of the tortures of her own father, who pressed and ducked her unto drowning. Would she not accuse his enemies? So I am not the first man to use this creature, and she is not afeard of my rebukes. Man, this wording. Those who see the spirits of unnatural worlds are as conjurers to her, and she will not be dissuaded in her pursuit of them. She must be destroyed by any available measure of the law. Judging by that picture, my guess is she died. Colonial parlor plaque. The parlor of the judge's house, what we would call the living room, thank you, was one of the more spacious indoor areas available for holding trials. The witch trials were sometimes held here and sometimes in another public building, such as a tavern. Not just the tavern, any tavern would do. Because of course it would. Do they come through the walls? I don't think they come through the walls. Spooky. Is there another crow in the raven? There is over there. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Did we find everything in here? We did. Okay. Julia's thoughts, 33. What's, pondering the proposal. What stopped me from saying yes to Ronan? Maybe it's marriage in general? I always thought I'd just be an independent woman in this world, but I may not have processed this possibility enough. But I can't let him go. Can't. I'm not sure I like where this is headed. I'm not sure where this is headed, but I get a really uneasy vibe about the direction her notes are going. I know where they are, I just don't know how many hiding places there are on the other side of that wall. It doesn't look like there are any. Frick! Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Where's my hiding places? Thank you. That didn't go so well. Try another tact. If I can get him down to 1. There we go. Frick! Are you serious? What happened there? Go back. I knew that was on my end. I think I let go of the button accidentally. Okay. Got him. Alright, that's where we were. Alright, that's where we need to go. Let's not go there yet. Oh, okay. I guess we'll go there now. I don't see anything else to collect here. Oops, what's going on? Okay. Ooh, there's this. Ooh, the dungeon cellar. Oh no.
Oh my God, Baxter.
Oh, it wasn't Baxter.
I should have been the one that stopped you.
It wasn't him.
Ronan?
He's a ghost too.
What the hell is going on?
You sick bastard.
Twist. See?
Why'd you do it? Why'd you bring back the witch trials and kill all those innocent girls?
You think I'm the Bell Killer? Are you insane? I've never killed anyone. You gotta help me. What is this place? We gotta get out of here.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. All of a sudden, we're buds. You need to tell me what's going on here.
Who killed you and what we were doing here? Let's just rip that band-aid off. We need to find out who this guy is, if he knows.
So, who killed you?
The Bell Killer, you idiot. But I didn't get a good look at his face.
That's obviously what I'm asking you, dick. Where's the killer? What were you doing here?
What were you doing?
Can I ask all of these, or am I
Following
limited?
a lead. I never dropped the case. Had this psychic, Cassandra, working with me.
She was working with
We figured out the
Baxter.
Bell Killer is hunting mediums.
Okay.
Like a witch trial execution copycat. At that point, we couldn't let it go, even after Rex demoted me.
Why is my cursor
So
on there?
that's why you're at the museum.
Okay. Do you know Joy?
Sandra ever bring up her daughter?
Wouldn't shut up about her. We looked for Joy for days, but it was too risky. Cassandra has been begging me to track Joy down, but I haven't found her yet.
You're not gonna believe this. Joy's been helping me tonight.
Figures a cop like you would need help to get this far.
Like what, the help you got from her mom?
You're the one who's... Well, I mean, I guess we're both dead, but... Big talk. Where's Cassandra? How about where's the killer?
Where's the killer?
No idea. He could be anywhere, but when we fought, he said something I didn't understand at all.
Wait. The killer
Different
actually
language?
talked?
Not much, but I think I hit a nerve. I told that bastard he'd be dead soon, but he said, I already know death.
Oh,
And
I'm
then
guessing this
something
guy can
about
see
his
ghosts.
Instrument of death will kill again tonight.
My instrument of death. But he kills different ways every time. I don't
He
get
has
it.
somebody helping him.
Yeah, me neither.
We gotta figure out what that means.
Where's Cassandra?
Do you know where Cassandra is? Is she still alive?
Last
Dang,
I checked,
cursor?
yeah.
Curse.
Took her to a safe house outside of town.
Oh my God, she's alive. I was sure she'd be dead too. Joy would be freaking ecstatic. She shouldn't end up alone. Alright, you get back to Cassandra. Make sure she's still safe and bring her back to the station.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna quickly check out the cellar and come up with a plan.
I'm betting the Bell Killer can see us. I'm betting he knows. Cassandra in the safe house. Baxter moved Cassandra to a safe house outside of town when the Bell Killer threat against her became real. I'm betting the Bell Killer will be able to see us. Well, Baxter's joined us in the afterlife. I mean, I kind of half thought that maybe there was a chance that there'd be a twist like that. I didn't think he'd become a ghost too. I thought maybe he'd be helping us catch the Bell Killer and say, I'm not the Bell Killer. I guess I should have guessed. It seems so obvious now. The obvious low-hanging fruit is not the answer. Almost never the answer. Nope. Colonia Cellar Plake. The cellar in the home of a judge was often the temporary jail for prisoners awaiting trial. This custom was certainly in practice here, where witch trial suspects were held awaiting the judgment of Judge Hathorne. Long-term holding facilities were unnecessary in these cases, as the penalty for witchcraft under English law was always death. Well, that certainly frees up some resources, doesn't it? Why bother with justice? Let's just kill them all. Why worry about the hard stuff? You know, like human rights. What are you pointing at something?
What the hell happened down here?
We're gonna find out, aren't we, Ronan? Let's start in here. I don't really want to walk through there just yet. Ooh, there's multiple cells in here? How many people were they holding at a time? What is that? That is not somebody from our time. What was he doing? Is that Judge Hathorne? I thought it said pissed. Pleased. Accusing? Stern?
You claim righteousness, but you know your guilt and cannot deny your punishment is due.
Who's he talking to? The angry man points in the cell and claims to his accused that punishment is due. Oh, it's her. Who drew this? The Bell Killer symbol was once drawn on the cell, but by whom? Is that Abigail? Is that her? Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so yeah, Abigail was not accused of witchcraft, historically speaking, so this is completely taking a tangent from history. She's imprisoned, and she's pleading.
You stood for justice. How is this just?
I mean, though, Abigail historically was one of the ones who falsely accused people of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials in our history, so I don't know if she can claim justice. I bet these candles did almost nothing to combat the darkness down here. She was the initiator, according to the history books. I don't remember everything about the Salem witch trials, but I do remember a little bit. 4 Morons. It always feels like... Oh, there's a skeleton in here. Oh, was this person walled off? Oh, dude, that's messed up. So they, like, locked somebody in here and then, like, walled them off to die. That is messed up. No rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. That looks even less comfortable than the beds I had in prison. Well, presumably there would be some kind of a pad on that. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm in there. Bound. Yes. Makes it feel more like a dungeon than a prison. I mean, it is a dungeon. I think that's pretty clear. We're missing one clue. We're always missing one clue. Why are we always missing one clue? Ah. Prison inside a prison. Oh, do they lock people inside of that cage too? That's pretty crappy. Why would you need to cage somebody who's already locked in a tiny cell? To torture them! Obviously! Alright, I think Abigail's imprisoned. I think that's important. I think the guy accusing her, that's important. What else is important? The bell killer symbol.
You claim righteousness.
Guess
but
I got
you
it.
know your guilt and cannot deny your punishment is due.
I thought you stood for justice. How is this just?
The courts are not a place for your murderous whimsy. You are a corrupt heathen. The families of those innocent souls you executed through false accusation of witchcraft will exact their righteous justice tonight.
False accusation?
So they are connecting it to history in some degree.
What is that nonsense you draw?
My
She's a
mark
bell
will
killer.
burn like a brand in the flesh of this town. If it takes me to the ends of eternity, I will personally make the bell toll for every witch in Salem.
Why?
Plot twist!
The guy who killed me is Abigail. She might be the bell killer. How is that possible? I gotta get out of here and figure out how to track her down.
So I guess it's like a non-canon version of history where they're taking... Because Abigail... I forgot her. I'm blanking on her last name, but she dropped off the map. She completely dropped off of history after the Salem witch trials of the 1600s in the colonies. She completely vanished from history. As far as I'm aware, there's no real record of her. So they are taking that story and they are giving her more of a story. That's kind of neat. Not at all accurate, but kind of fun. So that's cool. What am I supposed to do now? Do I just leave? I think I just have to leave now.
Dispatch. Has Rex checked in? He's transporting a suspect to the station and we can't get him on the radio. He isn't picking up his phone either.
Nope, he hasn't checked in. We'll notify you when he shows.
Wait, is Baxter Rex?
Oh shit, if Rex is missing...
No, it's not.
It could be going down right now. Where'd you take Joy, you asshole?
Oh, was Rex the one who drove... Oh, right. Oh, crap. Where would Abigail take Joy? Oh, is she like possessing people? Oh, is Rex the bell killer? Sorry. Just... Killer's instrument of death. I feel like that's probably whoever she's possessing. The witness's destination. No! Killer's destination. No! Is Abigail the bell killer? That's green. Actual Puritan era gallows. The church. The church? No new leads. Is it the church? No, it's not. Well, lost that second badge. No new leads. Really? Okay. Oh, he's taken to the actual gallows.
Instrument of death, meaning her death, where she was killed.
Oh, crap.
The gallows at the museum. Hang on,
The
kid.
gallows at
I'm
nice
on my
read,
way.
Velma. All right. Gotta go. If Abigail is the killer, then her instrument of death is the gallows at the museum. Track down Abigail. The killer has Joy at the museum. Start investigation. Let's get to that museum. What time we got? All right, we're gonna run a little long. Hi, ghosties. Black shadow mist. I still don't know what the significance of those is. And the sign's back. Look at that.
Oh, God.
Oh, hey, dude.
Hey. Calm down for a second and talk to me. What's your name?
Brad.
Good. Now, tell me what happened.
I don't know. We were out on the town blowing off some steam. One drink turned into three, and three turned into...
You drove drunk.
Who knows how many? The details are hazy. I must have been driving Rick and Laura home when... Oh, God. I killed them. I'll never forgive myself for doing this.
You don't know if you did. You said it yourself. The details are hazy. Now, I can take a look around here and see if anything jumps out at me.
God, what have I done?
Don't drive drunk. Yeah, it's not much to go on, but this brutal car crash might have some evidence that points to what happened that night. All right, let's help this ghost. Yeah, I mean, if you'd killed them, would he not have encountered their ghosts? I guess I'm still a little fuzzy on how that works.
It's not much, but it's something.
SOC. Gas station. I don't know what SOC stands for. Gas station receipt from the night of the accident. It's a long shot, but I need to. I should check that area.
Gas station's not far from here. I should check.
I think I remember where the gas station was, but let's see if there's anything else. Hi, be right.
This must be Brad's car.
Car's vanity plate. There's no doubt this was Brad's car. Oh, it's so tacky. I love it.
It's not looking good.
Who was driving? Yeah, was Brad actually driving? Scotch whiskey. Oh, Scotch sounds so good right now. I got bourbon though. That'll cut it. Broken bottle, Brad's favorite whiskey. That's not a good sign, but that doesn't necessarily mean he was the one driving. Although it does seem likely. Ah, yeah. Darn it. I thought if I could possess him, I could pass through the wall. What was that? There's the police station. Ooh, Baxter's official comment. Unfortunately, we haven't made any arrests. We don't have any suspects. That's why we strongly encourage the people of Salem to contact the police with any possible leads. This is going to take the cooperation of the entire community. So Baxter, he may have been an a-hole, but he wasn't the killer. He wasn't the guy who killed us. Refueling one.
I didn't know you were such a lightweight.
Laura was in the middle of filling up when she heard that loud noise and cut it short, which is the sound of smashing glass, I think. There's Brad puking. Oh, it's Rick puking. Rick may have been drunk off his ass, but still, something startled him. Oh, was it a robbery? There's train tracks there. There's Brad. Brad.
Yeah, Cap. I mean Cap. What? Oh, gas station. Yeah, the SOC. Okay, great.
Looks like Brad was trying to call a cab, but something scared him off before it could arrive. This guy's still trying to get in through that door? Oh, there's two more clues to find. Right, we didn't find out what made that smashing sound. So SOC, maybe it's because I'm from California, but I'm not familiar with that. Is that an actual gas company? Fuel fill-up station company? I see something on the other side of that fence. Gas station history plaque. Of course, the gas station has history. Of course it does. SOC is commonly believed to stand for Salem Oil Company. Oh. However, no such company exists. The initials actually stand for Sons of Charlie, the legal name of this service station, established by three brothers, Chuck, Charles Jr., Sean, and Seamus O'Leary in 1928, when automobiles started to become common. The business nearly did not survive the Great Depression, but managed to keep itself alive as a front for illegal alcohol sales during Prohibition. Oh, that's fitting. Is that an actual place in Salem? I don't know if I've said this, but I've never actually been to Salem, Massachusetts. It's on my bucket list. Oh, can I get... Yes, I can. Awesome. I thought I heard demons. It's strange to be with a man who wears his life story on his skin. Oh, meaning of dollar tattoo. It's strange to be with a man who wears his life story on his skin. I traced my fingers over the dollar sign with a fire around it. I had no idea what it meant. He told me he got it from his own father after he stole money for the first time, commemorating the theft like his father was proud of him. I mean, we did learn that he was a pretty crappy father. Having him admit to a crime like that was a bit of a shock, I'll admit, but at least he's self-aware. I mean, we did learn that that's how his youth was spent. His father taught him to be a criminal. And it was Julia's brother, our brother-in-law, eventual brother-in-law, who pulled us out of it and got us a job at the precinct. Alright, what are we missing here? Something got smashed. What on earth am I missing? Still nothing with this guy. Rick tried to call a cab. Or Brad tried to call a cab. Let's just see. I guess that was it. They all heard a loud bang that scared them off. If I could just figure out what they heard.
Spooked by that loud bang. What was it?
Okay, so I still have to find what that loud bang was. Oh, hey, lady.
I should go home. Now.
Oh! Smash taillight. Busted taillight. I wonder if this has anything to do with Brad's accident. That's probably the smash we heard, right? Somebody hit the trash can. A severely dented trash can. Someone is either a bad driver or in a hurry. Or maybe drunk. Or maybe all three! You ever think of that, Ronan? How many clues do we have? Do we have all three? Or all of the... I think there were only 2 left, right? 10 out of 11. Okay, I think we have what we need. I think we can go back to Brad now. No? What am I missing here? Oh! Gruesome car crash, mysterious bang.
Wish I didn't slam the door so hard. The stupid window's coming out of my paycheck. I was just so pissed at those drunken assholes. Who do they think has to clean up their puke? Jerks like that discourage business. I never should have let that woman drive off. I should have just called the cops.
It wasn't Brad.
So,
It was Laura.
Brad wasn't driving after all. It was Laura. Well, I can't change what happened, but he'll be glad to know he wasn't the one behind the wheel.
Cashier remembers a female driver. That can only mean one thing. That it wasn't Brad. Hey, dude. Hey, Brad.
Does SOC gas ring any bells?
Wait. I remember stopping to, fill up.
You guys did more than fill up. The cashier wasn't thrilled to clean up
Rick.
after your buddy Rick. You even tried to call a cab.
God. I don't remember any of that.
When the cashier came storming out, you guys took off with Laura behind the wheel.
So, I wasn't driving. Oh. That whole night was a disaster. It's hard to accept my part in things, but at least I know it wasn't all my fault. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Yay, we saved a soul. That was a tough one. Alright. Moving on! Oh, this is the end of the game. Warning, proceeding to the final encounter will make it impossible to return to Salem. Do you want to continue? Oh, we didn't find everything in the Judgment House, did we? I don't want to end just yet. There, as I recall too, there were some things to find around Salem. There was there were vestigial artifacts outside as well that I was finding that I don't think I found all of. Where would that be? Yeah. Man in the Box. It'll be in the museum. Wait a second. No. Where is Man in the Box? That was at the Insane Asylum. We've got Ashes to Ashes. That's at the Judgment House. We've got the Eternal Flame. That's what we've been finding, and we've got 9 out of 16, so a little over halfway there. There's a lot to find. Start with the Judgment House.